the first question I always seem to ask you when we do this is the first time you met Jake.
I was in Charlotte for the summer. I was working down south. I was supposed to be working out of Atlanta, and then I got crossed over between Charlotte and Atlanta. I guess because they're using me because I just come off of the New York TV. So, I was advantageous. I had that many hours put it on the TV. So he was in the Charlotte area when I first met him, and it was after he'd traveled through. He'd been through Louisiana and a couple of the other Texas, I guess, and a couple of the other territories. He was, a tremendous talent. The Briscoes turned me on. So watch this guy Jake the Snake. He can work like hell, and he's an excellent guy on the mic, and he was, was. Yeah, tremendous performer.
So you never saw him when he was doing the refereeing then?
No. I never really in Charlotte. I got to know him a good bit, around a few towns and stuff. I think we're probably we're different towns for some reason. They just get like that, you get off. And I wasn't there that long. But then when he got to New York, up to WWE, then I got to see him quite a bit.
Yeah. So where would you say that? I mean, you mentioned his promos before. Where would you say he ranks for you? I mean, is he a top 10 guy? Is he a top 20 guy? I mean, you've heard so many people do their interviews. Where does Jake rank for you?
Top tier, he's not going to walk out there and knock your socks off like Dusty or maybe Flair or somebody like that. Somebody that's got a real, or maybe me if I was on doing a rant delivery or a real high intense delivery. Although he did have he was up there. He got over as a combination between working and promos and just the attitude and his personality. He got over it. So by the time when his interviews came and they're all on point, he didn't need the yelling or the ranting or the comedy stuff for the I'm going to tear your heart out or feed it to your sister or whatever. He didn't need that. But he could get it would go down there. It would go that direction, but in a logical sense.
Yeah, I mean, he had a really great turn of phrase, of course, and really, really dark from the back of his mind sort of things that he come out with. But my next question is actually to you: is I wonder how much he thought about every interview he did. But the question is for you: how much time did you put into your interviews before you went out and did them? If it was like a money interview that go on national, not just for a local market.
It was different then. We had little spaces that you were cut out where you're inserted into a big bicycle, big vehicle of a program. So you had anywhere from 90-second to 2.5-minute inserts into a portion there. So as we sat there and going through hundreds of interviews in a day, I guess you would keep in your mind, you'd be a professional, and you'd have to be, well, this is before I'm coming out of this match. I'm still doing the promo for this match into the first match, but I'm coming out of this match and we're going into a lumberjack match or a Texas death match or something like that. So I have to leave indications, but I don't want to put everything on the table because next week when I come back for the death match, I want to be more fired up, be more be angry or cocky or whatever, whatever I needed to be. So yeah, everybody had to do that. Or should have done that.
Did you ever write down certain turns of phrase if you thought about them, or did you sort of just bank them in your mind?
At times, yeah, but mostly I'd write them down and then I'd never use them. But most, it would be things that you're standing there and you're trying to bring everything back up, trying to regurgitate all the stuff you'd gone through the week or, things you've heard and things you've done. So you're playing it off. So it would usually, you know, and I was younger then, so the mind was working a little sharper. So I was able to recall little incidences that I wanted there. And I would record and I would write down. I'm sure most of the guys did. We would take some notes and stuff of, because there's so many things going on. You know, you'd have, 2 or 3 major towns like Madison Square Garden, Philadelphia, and Boston, say just in one weekend. So, and probably usually those markets being so big, they would be probably different types of matches anyway. So you'd have to have, categorize in your mind where you're going to go, what you're going to do, how you're going to get along with that.
Yeah. Do you remember the very first time? And I imagine it would have been at a Saturday night's main event that you were given a script for the first time to read verbatim.
I wasn't given scripts until only time I was those TNT shoot Fuji shows and
oh yeah,
those kind of. We weren't. I was gone before they had the promo scripts. Of course, Roy Shires. When I was in California, Roy Shires, he would sit down in the office and you'd have different points that he would like. It was like a script, but Friday night here, this building, and it's a lumberjack match, and so and so else is on the floor, so I have to watch out. So he would highlight all those things, and you would highlight them together to be in the, and they would be 3 to 4 minute interviews as well. So and New York was a different, everywhere had a different format. Well, they're basically, we're much alike.